Okay, in this training we're going to look at ZeroPark and how they provide information and where they provide information that will help us in our attempt to get the perfect bidding levels. I am at the URL zeropark.com volume, and that is exactly where you get this kind of filtering web page. Let's have a look quickly at what we see here. We can select between traffic for finding out the volume and for traffic finding out about keywords. I can filter for total traffic, only desktop traffic or mobile traffic, and further on I can filter for pop-up traffic or for domain traffic, and I can filter non-adult and adult traffic. So let's make an example. Let's say desktop, pop-up traffic, non-adult. How much traffic is there to go around? I click on refresh, and in the background it's doing the calculation and the filtering, and we see very quickly the result that says in the United States we have a volume of approximately 1.8 billion views. That's, I believe, on a monthly basis. Yes, monthly redirects or monthly views. And the average cost for that kind of traffic is $0.007. Now, the average being at 0.007 means, because other people bid higher on particular keywords, that the run on network traffic is probably slightly lower than this. I don't know exactly how much that is because I have no way of telling how many keywords are sold and how many run of traffic views are sold, but I imagine that run on network is volume-wise the larger number and therefore weighs in more heavily in the calculation of the averages. So I tend to think that this number is probably a pretty good number for run on traffic. It's probably a little bit lower than that. How does that help us, and how can we benefit from that information? Let's make an example. Let's say we have a campaign in weight loss and our keyword is weight loss. Now, if we bid for weight loss, we're very likely to get an average price and the bidding position and the average price for the keyword weight loss, because it's a heavy-duty campaign, it's a heavy-duty keyword, and we're probably pretty quickly going to see what the average price for that keyword is. Let's make another example. Let's say printing greeting cards. I would imagine that that keyword is much slimmer, has much less volume, and therefore it's probable and it's likely that the average price in the campaign will not be indicated, or it could be indicated as 0.00. However, because run traffic is also in competition with our campaign, and we have now learned that run traffic for pop-up, non-adult, desktop traffic costs in average $0.0073. Us being in competition with that pricing, if we set our minimal bid at the $0.0002, we are probably not going to make any views because the run traffic is more expensive, and if ZeroPark has to decide whether to give the traffic to you at 0.0002 or to a run and a campaign that pays 0.0073, you understand that you're probably not going to make the view. Therefore, in my opinion, and I have done some research on that and found that the numbers do play along quite accurately actually, I have found that if I put my minimal price at around this bidding price here, a little bit below that actually, then I have a good chance of getting the traffic that otherwise would go to a run campaign, if it is my keyword, into my campaign. Now let's make another example. Let's have a look at what would happen with that price if we did not pop-ups, but if we did domains. So you saw before we were at 0.007, now the price went up to 0.0318. Now imagine you want to compete against run traffic costing 3 cents for redirection for domain traffic. There's no way you would get any views. So you need to know that if you make a domain campaign, that you need to pay up, and the numbers that you receive here are really invaluable in finding out where the level is, where you have to bid, where you have to start bidding. I would recommend looking at that yourself. If it is only one country, one geo target that you're looking at, it's okay to do it this way. If you find that you're making campaigns for many different countries and you want to make sure that all the countries have the appropriate minimal bids, then I would suggest to print this out, or actually I have a service that I'm going to put up a little bit later, probably still this month, maybe next week even, where that information can be pulled in a spreadsheet where all the country iterations of source and adult and non-adult, or desktop and mobile, are lined out. That gives you in the end per line, per country, 8 numbers, 8 volume numbers and 8 pricing numbers that are very well analyzable and viewable, so you don't have to go through the trouble of filtering according to what it is that you need: mobile, pop-up, non-adult, adult, refresh. It takes a while, so this can be a pain if you have to do it for many countries. Anyway, I think it's worthwhile information. Let's have quickly a look at the keywords. It's also quite informative. When you look at this, you can go to your country, you can filter for the device, desktop or mobile, adult or non-adult, and then you actually see what kind of keywords are bringing in the most volume. So you can filter for volume, or or you can filter for average price. So in Switzerland, for instance, Kinox will be the keyword that's looked at the most or searched the most. Average price at 0.0026 probably means that there's not too much conversion and monetization going on. If on the other hand I want to look at how much people are paying for other keywords, for instance, torrents, Google Map, people are paying much more money. You can look at the geo that you're interested in and figure out what keywords would be a good target to perhaps find out about monetizing that keyword, and what kind of offers can you link that traffic where volume is reasonable to, and make good money. Anyway, that's the information that I wanted to point you to. I think it's worthwhile looking at, consider it, and by all means use that information to put your minimas, especially if you have the pro version of AutoBidder, because there you can put in, at this point, you can put in the minimas for each campaign even. Alright, that's it for the moment. I wish you all the best, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.